This show has been made possible with the support of the Gambling Craft Affiliate Program.
Hello, my friends. Yes, I am back with another edition of APCW Perspectives. But why? I'll tell you why. Because I care about this industry. Because I love the people who work in this industry. And of course, because I have to eat and pay some bills. You know, we publish these videos 7 days apart, and it's more than just keeping up a rhythm or maintaining a schedule. No, we publish these videos a full week apart in order to give you a chance to recover from the stupidity of the news in our last show before we just dump the stupidity of the news in this week's show upon you. You see, we're giving you a chance to recover. With that said, however, we're set to go from where else, our best resource for all things ignorant, the UK Gambling Commission. No one is surprised. They have just rolled out a public consultation on their new deposit limits, the ones we spoke of on our last show. Apparently, there are concerns that these new deposit limits might be unfair and or misleading. Well, no shit. However, the UKGC is more concerned about the misleading part, specifically net deposit limits. That's where a player might withdraw some of their funds during the same week that the deposit limit is there. So they kind of calculate in what they took out and what they're putting in, and it becomes this big convoluted mess. But the UKGC is much less concerned about the unfair part of these deposit limits. But if we're being honest, they also don't care about the unwanted, unneeded, or unethical parts of digging into people's personal finances. And to quote the commission, if I may, gotta somehow, oh, damn it. There we go. Need some help. These consultations, according to the commission, are to ensure consistent and clear communication of deposit limits to online gambling customers. Well, there you go. That's simply brilliant, my friends, to open a public consultation on deposit limits after you've launched deposit limits. Where was the interest in public feedback before rolling out deposit limits? But I digress, and they continue. These consultations are also designed to give consumers greater control over their gambling spend. Hold on. Let me translate that for you. These consultations are supposed to give players more control over what they spend on gambling. Really? Is it more control, or is it just the illusion of more control? Only the UKGC could claim that they want players to have some control over their personal gambling finances after they've implemented deposit limits and stake limits and affordability checks. Yeah. All things designed to restrict people's gambling spend. So hey, this is all fantastically stupid, so much so that I don't even need to add a comment here. I could, but I'm not gonna do it. Welcome back. Seems that the past couple of weeks we've been having what they call false spring, where it got nice and it warmed up a little bit. We just had a snow shower a little bit ago, believe it or not. Yes, it snowed and thundered, but it was one of those snow showers that just dumped it all and then it rained and it's all gone now. But it was quite a sight and kind of screwed up my day. Anyway, as destructive as the UKGC has been for our industry in Britain, all of their little minions and followers are doing their very best to copy them, because that's what they do. And in some cases, they might even be raising the bar on the craziness. But before we get to any of that, allow me to share that we just released our latest interview with the 247 partners, where I catch up with Samuel to discuss their huge variety of brands, including casino and sportsbook, their revenue models, and player tracking, plus their no negative carryover policy. You can find that video on the APCW website and our YouTube page, and in the forums at GPWA. Now, back to the minions, or the lemmings, or whatever else you want to call them. Specifically, we're going to start with the Dutch, as their gambling regulator, the KSA, have begun a crackdown on the autoplay feature. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. This crackdown on the autoplay feature is because, anyone? Yes, leads to addiction. Well, of course it does. But what doesn't lead to addiction these days with nanny state regulators? And hey, this move is what is best for that one person out of every 100 with a legitimate gambling problem. Besides, why would they not punish 99% of players without a gambling problem when it's so much more convenient and easy than identifying and treating the actual person who needs it? In fairness to the Dutch, autoplay has been banned there for a while, but apparently not everyone got that memo. Plus, the Dutch banned everything fun back in 1952, so this is really on us. And lastly, the UKGC may be ignorant for sure, but the government of Brazil is just batshit nuts. They are rolling out legislation to criminalize any advertising of unregulated gambling sites, with 8 years in prison as your punishment, the same sentence imposed for a convicted human trafficker. Well, I suppose that is one way to eliminate your competition. I gotta go. You have 7 days to recover, and we'll come back and do it again, God willing. Okay. No bloopers this week because I was a little under the weather to begin with, a little sniffly, which is pretty common for me as I get older. But I was filming up that-a-way in a really beautiful location earlier today when suddenly the thunder snow rolled in on me. Started just a little sprinkle and I thought, hey, maybe it's gonna pass. Then it got harder, so I took the camera and put it, and then I crawled up under a tree waiting for the storm to pass. That's when the hail kicked in. By the time I got back to my house, it was a full-blown rain, there was lightning and thunder, and then it started snowing. Yeah, so I had to re-dry my hair and change shirts because I was soaked to the bone. This is the unseen stuff that I do for you guys. That just, it just never gets appreciated, man. I'm okay. You're worth it. Yeah, I'm okay.